What's good, YouTube, man? It's Corey Radcliffe, and you're tuning in to Corey the Phone Trader channel. We back with another man banger, y'all. So today is Saturday morning. Yesterday I wasn't able to do any update videos on my trades because I was working. I had to take off early, go get a nice, fresh, clean haircut. Woo, your boy is looking nice, man. But yeah, man, I had to do a bunch of stuff yesterday. I wasn't able to do my update videos, so I plan on doing it right now. I took screenshots of stuff. Of course, the market is not open today. Today is Saturday, but I wanted to quickly go over that. Want to go over my accounts, so I'm gonna recap on all the accounts that I have. I have a 25K straight to funded TraderFi account. I have a 50K My Funded Futures eval account. I have two Take Profit Trader 50K evals. The one that was supposed to come yesterday finally came, and now we also have two Funding Ticks 50K evals. So there's 6 accounts, only one funded, but we're working towards getting those things funded, man. We're working towards getting those accounts funded. So yesterday I traded in both my two Funding Ticks 50K evals, and I traded in My Funded Futures 50K eval, but we made profit in both of those. I didn't trade in either of my Take Profit Trader 50K eval accounts, nor did I trade in my 25K straight to funded TraderFi account. I kind of left those on the back burner. Wanted to push the My Funded Futures and Funding Ticks. We made profit in both of those. I'm getting ready to show you the trades that I took, and the market is already updated, but I was able to take screenshots of the profit that I made in both of those accounts. So let me show you guys, man, the trades that I took on the Samsung Galaxy Fold 4. So as you guys can see, today is Saturday, September 6th, 10:28 a.m. This is not Friday, but I took screenshots of everything to show you guys. So what we're looking at is the micro Nasdaq on a 5-minute time frame. I based all my trades on this except for this line down here. The trades that I ended up taking. So new non-farm payroll news hit yesterday at 7:30 Central Time. The non-farm payroll news was this green candle right here, this long green candle right there, man. I'm gonna try to highlight it right quick, but that came off. All right, so we're gonna try this again, man. I got my microphone that go to my big boy, big daddy camera up there to hold this thing up. So non-farm payroll news was this candle right here. The big old green candle right there was non-farm payroll news with that long wick. So this gave me indication that with that long wick, the market wanted to continue up. So that's what I was going with. We touched the 200 EMA on a 5-minute time frame, and we also stayed above the yellow 50 and the 20 blue EMA. So that gave me indication that the market wanted to continue up. So guess what I was looking for? Buys. So I'm going to erase this. So after news happened, way after news, man. So that's 7:30, 7:35, 7:40, 7:45, 7:50, 55, 8 o'clock, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Somewhere about the market open is around this area. So around market open, I told you guys that around market open, supply, and I normally get a lot of supply and demand setups, man. So I went with this, man. I said, you know what, I'm gonna take a chance. It's a Friday, but I'm gonna give it a shot, man, because here lately on the 5-minute time frame, when news opens, I'm always seeing some type of supply and demand setup. So as you guys can see, this was the supply and demand. So you got news, you got all these candles, and then when open came, now I'm gonna scroll in a little bit more. So you see that around these two red candles right here, this is when the market opened. If we scroll all the way down, That's when it's 7:30. It's 8:30. It's an hour earlier on here. So this is market opening right here. So you see, guys, what I'm talking about. A lot of my supply and demand setups are happening at market open, which is 8:30. So I'm like, man, this is crazy. So I'm gonna go with it. So this candle right here, this candle that wicked my red positioning right here, that candle right there, this candle right here is at 8:35. So as you guys can see, where I have my red positioning, my red box, the candle tapped my red box perfectly. So I was like, this is a go for me, man. So as you guys can see, man, that thing is tapping my box perfectly, man. So after it tapped my spot, man, I took my position. I went up like this, right up underneath that red candle that touched my spot. And I was aiming. I ended up getting in at this green candle right here. I got in at a perfect entry. So I was aiming for about a 1 to 2. I took this trade on my funding ticks accounts. I took them both of them. And this trade ended up breaking even because I ended up hitting a 1 to 1. If I go down to a 1 to 1, somewhere about there, you see over here, the candle ended up hitting a 1 to 1 over here. So the normal way I trade supply and demand is, if it hits a 1 to 1, I like to put it at break even. Then it's a risk-free trade. But sometimes I'm holding trades long to see how long this thing play out, specifically because it's market open. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to take a chance. It's a Friday. Fridays love to reverse. I'm going to put it at break even once it hits my 1 to 1. And I'm glad I did. It hit my 1 to 1. I moved all my positionings at break even. So this was a break even trade, but a very, very good supply and demand setup. So the second trade that I took, I made a decision really quick. So I noticed after the market did not respect this demand zone that I had drawn out and didn't keep pushing to the upside, I'm like, now this has become support and resistance up here because the market could not get up there for nothing, man. I'm like, this thing is not finna go up no more. This thing is finna tank. I said, you know what? I'm gonna try to catch this thing going to the downside, man. So this candle right here, man, this is the decision I made after this candle right here. This long red candle right here that had wicked the 50 yellow EMA. After it had finished above the 50 EMA and didn't go above anymore past that 20 EMA, I said, yep, this thing is finna tank, man. So I ended up getting in. Right where you see my positioning at, man, and I aim for a 1 to 2. I said I'm gonna put a 25 point stop loss, and my take profit is going to be at this 200 EMA, man, on a 5-minute time frame. I said I'm just gonna catch it on the way down. After I saw that it didn't pump back up, I'm like, maybe what this thing gonna do? And it seemed like it was gonna go up a little bit, but then it didn't do nothing but come make that wick up that finished above the 50 EMA. It just came straight down. I said, yep, I'm finna get in there. So I ended up getting in, and this was a winning trade, man. This was a really good trade right here, man. So I ended up closing a little bit early because I didn't know whether it was gonna come grab this liquid zone right here or not. But I took this trade in my 50K my funded futures eval, and I grabbed $700 profit in that trade. Here's a screenshot right here. So this was a perfect trade, man. $700 profit, and it finally put this my funded futures 50K eval over $2,000 in profit. That means I only need $1,000 more dollars to pass this account, man. So that was a beautiful trade, man. So that's done. So I noticed, as you guys can see, the market just kept tanking, kept tanking and just kept tanking down. I'm like, man, when is this thing gonna bounce? So I was like, man, I don't know, man. Where is a good place to get in at, man? So I went to the 1 hour time frame. Let's go there again. So I went to the 1 hour time frame, and I'm like, ooh, I see a 1 hour demand zone, man. That's a perfect entry. As you guys can see, look to the left. You got a red candle, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strong candles going to the upside, breaking all type of structure over here, man. So I was like, yep, I'm going to find my bounce, but I'm not going to get in right away. I'm going to wait to see if the market is going to come tap this 200 1 hour EMA first and then pop up. So what I did was, let's go back to the 5 minute time frame. I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait. So I waited. It came and tapped it, and I could have got in. This candle right here, this green candle right here, actually tapped my 1 hour demand zone. Had I got in, I would have got it. But I always want to wait because it seems like the market likes to go down a little bit more, come grab liquid zones, and then finally pop up. So I was like, I'm going to wait. I'm not taking that first initial move, man. So had I went in right here, I would have got it. So I noticed that after it got wicked, it went up. After the candle finished, guess what it did? It came right back down. I said, see, I knew it was going to do that, man. So what I did was waited. I waited. And this green candle right here gave me indication that it possibly wanted to continue up, man. So what I did was I waited. After that candle finished above my demand zone on a 1 hour time frame, now the next candle that gave me clarification to go in, because it came and retest, it's a small retest, was this candle right here. This small little candle gave me indication that this thing wanted to pop up. I'm taking a chance. I only had a small margin to deal with. This was a 25 point stop loss. It needed to be bigger, but I'm like, man, I'm just gonna take a chance, man. So as you guys can see, that green candle over here, the full body green candle that had the wick, finished above it. It went up, came and retest, and then stopped in the middle. When it came to retest my blue trend line, when it came to retest my blue demand zone, I got in. And then that's all she wrote, man. As you guys can see, this was a trade that gave me a 1 to 2. Now, I had both of my accounts on here. I traded them at the same time. The accounts that I traded with this trade was my 250K funding ticks evals. It's gonna be hard to do this, but I had to get in and get out really fast. I was gonna do one account per phone, blah blah. I'm just gonna be quick, man. So what ended up happening was I ended up getting out for a $900 profit on one of those 50K evals. But I had service problems to where I couldn't hurry up and go to the other account and switch to the other account because the internet was so slow. So I had to leave the store and go all the way outside. And when I came back outside, the market had shot up, and then it came back down. And then at the same time, I'm trying to make my way out front to the store to get out the trade with the other account. The manager wanted me to do something else. She wanted some other product field. So I was like, dang, man, I need to hurry up and go outside to go close this trade, man. So the other 50K funding ticks account was already done. I still have one account to get out of, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up, get outside, because this service is not working in this building, man. So I finally was able to get outside, and then when I got outside, the market was right here, man. I said, golly, man, god dang it. So I just hurried up and closed the trade. So I got out of that trade and ended up making only about $500 in the other account. Not a big deal, but man, I was like trying to hurry up and do it so fast, man, and the service started messing up when I'm trying to close out on the other trade on the other account. I'm like, the joy of being a phone trader. But either way, I made profit. I'm not complaining, man. So I made $900 in one account and $500 in the other account. Here are the screenshots of the $900 profit in the 50K eval with funding ticks, and then here's the other screenshot of the profit I made with $500 in the other funding ticks 50K eval. So those were really good trades, man. Well, it was one trade, but just got out later in the other account. It was a really good trade, man. Good profit, man. Man, what a good Friday. So, man, really 3 good trades. Just the first one didn't play out right, but man, we still made profit. So my 25K straight to funded account didn't get touched, and my 2 take profit trader accounts didn't get touched. So we still good, man. I got 6 accounts, 1 of them funded, and the other 5 I'm trying to get to a funded stage, man. So, man, that's the update, guys, man. Man, we doing good, man. I'm just trying to keep my foot on the gas pedal come next week. So, the big news, man. I'm getting ready to go on a cruise, y'all. And we're going to be gone for almost about 9 days on this cruise, man. 7. We'll be on the cruise for about 7. And then the other 2 days we'll be leading up going to the cruise and then coming back home. So I'm getting ready to go on a cruise, guys. And I'm going to do my best to try to, I don't know how I'm going to do this. But I'm going to try to give you guys content while I'm on the cruise ship. I'm going to do my best to try to, if I take any trades, I'm going to record it. And then I'm only able to take screenshots because on the cruise, you have to pay extra to have data and stuff. So I'm going to be able to record with this phone, trade from this phone, and take screenshots with this phone of my trades if I take any. Hey, I'm still gonna be looking at the markets, man. I just want to be able to trade a bunch of accounts at the same time. Like, if I see a trade, I might be able to only take profit trader. If I see a trade, I'm only able to do 1 at a time. I can't do multiple at a time because I only got 1 phone with data. So we're gonna try this, man. I will be going live while I'm on the cruise ship, man. So you guys, make sure you turn on your notification bell, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn on everything. If I go live, you'll be able to see it, man. I'm gonna be live on the cruise ship and just show you guys the view or whatever, man. And man, we're just gonna chill and hang out, y'all, man. But I am gonna be vlogging with my other small camera, really good 4K camera. I'm gonna be documenting everything because this is our first time on a cruise ship. Man, we finna turn up, y'all. So I'll be having a bunch of content. Shoot, man, y'all gonna have content every day when I come back from the trip, because I gotta edit all these videos and stuff when I come home of the cruise ship. So, man, you're gonna have a video every day for about 9 days in a row, because I'm gonna be editing them and putting them out, man. So we'll see, y'all, man. But yeah, that's all I got, y'all. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you click that notification bell for more videos. And bang! Record the phone trader got coming out, man. That's it, y'all. The update. And we get ready to go on a cruise. You guys stay locked in and stay tapped in, man. We got some crazy content coming. And you know the motto after every video in 3, 2, 1. Man, I holla! Peace out, baby. We out of here. Make sure y'all stay tuned in. We finna go on a cruise, baby. Deuces.